like positive reasons. So I was like, man, what the fuck are you looking at? What the hell are you looking at? Man, everyone in Japan has a staring problem. And then all of a sudden it turns out that they were looking at me because they wanted my autograph and shit, but they're so shy.
How could you see their eyes?
That is racism. That is racism, dude.
I'm sorry.
And I won't have that.
All right. You wanted to see it.
Yeah, really.
Whoa.
Are they playing?
They're playing.
Wait a minute. What are we doing here? Are we commentating something?
We are, but Brahma just pulled out Jin. Regular Jin.
That's not Brahma, is it?
Oh, wait, it's not Brahma. That's just Raheem James.
Hey, get the tag. Hans just fell asleep at the wheel right now.
Yes.
It could be kind of rough. But this is Just Raheem James playing Jin against Turtleneck Sweater, a.k.a. Tekken Tim.
I was ready to make up a story. Like
Steve.
Brahma just killed Just Raheem James, and because Just Raheem James couldn't participate, Brahma filled in. No?
Nah.
All right.
It's not going to work.
Regular Jin. Now, this is probably the most characters I've seen James use in a major tournament.
You know, these are the characters James uses on occasion, and I feel like, to be honest with you, to be blunt, I feel like he's kind of losing hope in his law today. For some reason, he's probably not feeling it.
I would say that SoCal is probably one of the strongest regions fighting against law, especially with two great law players.
That's very true. We've definitely seen it all. So, especially with two very different law players.
Yes.
I mean, James is the creative type that really will use the whole move list.
So Rip isn't creative at all?
He's the uncreative.
The housewife.
Ugly. Definitely unattractive. No, he's a turtley kind of a law player, very defensive, and he uses just the key moves, the core moves. So having those two contrasts really makes defending against law kind of our specialty, really, in SoCal. But as far as this match goes, it looks like James is really pulling ahead 2 rounds to none.
And on paper, you'd think, especially on paper, that Steve is at the advantage in this matchup.
You know what? If you're going to go truly on paper, I would say that Jin is one of the best characters in the game because of his counter. Because he can counter...
His safe parry.
Yeah, safe parry. He can parry headbutts, elbows, knees, shoulders, everything.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yeah, all of that shit. Third grade, all of that third grade shit.
Yes, sir.
And the thing is that depending on what he parries with it, he can get a launcher on occasion. So, but that's on paper. Now, in reality, it's very difficult to time parries. So, he becomes a lower tier character. But, I mean, James is doing really well right now.
And I think what a lot of people forget is that
Wow.
And that's mid
Christ.
also.
Yes,
That's another thing right there. He does have a very scary mix-up out of wave dash. And a lot of people say they can see Jin's hell sweep. I don't know if you can, but sometimes he could really mask the motion.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very difficult to say if you can. I would say that if you're really sharp, you probably could. But, I mean, it's fast enough to mix up with.
Yeah.
But, I mean, his general combo damage is not as high as other characters, and that's a really big deal in this game. So I feel like that's one of the main reasons why he falls short.
And, again, he just lands the hell sweep there. And another thing I wanted to comment about Jin, he has very brutal punishes, maybe not in the open, but by the walls.
Yeah, that's true.
He is a wall stun machine.
Yeah. His poke game is really strong. He's got a lot of options. I think the only thing really holding him back is raw combo damage.
Raw combo
overall.
damage and a solid, spammable launcher, maybe.
Yeah.
That's
another thing.
Or just a standard electric.
Yeah.
Or, he has the hop kick and he still gets a combo off of it, but it doesn't have the same hitbox.
It's a finicky combo, and characters without reliable shit
a limp noodle hop kick.
Yeah. No range. And it's still minus 12, so I don't know. But, I mean, James is really trying to shut me up.
But one thing he does have going for him, though, he has that wall setting, too, which is still a great tool.
Yeah, it's very good. He also has forward, too, that long-range mid. That one is super cheap in this game.
His Demon Paw here, it has deceptive range.
Yeah, really good for back roll catches and all that. But it looks like Tim's telling us to go fuck ourselves with our commentary.
Yeah.
And he's going to stay in it.
He said, the turtleneck sweater I got at the Gap is better than this trench coat.
Is turtleneck supposed to be one word or two?
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not the most stylish guy out there, believe it or not. Good punish.
See that 1-2-3 you could actually interrupt in between with jabs.
That's true, but he has a 1-2-4 I think that you can interrupt.
Yes, that's scary. But I think even if you're mashing, you can still block, I believe.
Is that right?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Man.
Dude, I played Tekken 4
Wait
Jin.
a
I know
minute.
this.
I didn't know that actually. That's really cool.
I think you can.
No shit. So you can mash a jab, and if he does it, you just block it.
Yes.
No shit. Really?
And if I'm wrong, you will find out the
I'm
hard
gonna
way.
eat it in the grand finals of a tournament.
Yes.
No, that's all right. That sounds like a good viable strategy to test out.
Yeah, and again, Tekken 4 Jin was a very good character even without the laser scraper, and that's pretty much what Jin is right now. Obviously, he still needs the other tools, but if you play him just as solid as pretty much any T4 Jin player, will still be pretty good in this game.
Yeah, the only difference is that T4's system mechanics were you couldn't space really easily.
That's right.
That made his regular pokes a lot better than they are now, but
now
the
he has
character as a
backdash.
whole, the character as a whole is very similar, other than the laser scraper.
That move was terribly cheap.